Speeding the ramen. Oh, you're fucking killing me. Figuratively. I guess it's better than the alternative. Fucking killing me. Figuratively. I guess it's better than the alternative. I wish you'd tell all of your friends stop watching horror movies at 3 a.m. I'm listening to screams in the middle of the night. No, it's not alright.
Finally gonna figure out what to do in here. Spent hours. Wait. You just dab your face with a sponge this whole time? I'm Bluebait. I'm a stupid human. I go in the bathroom and I dab my face with a little pink sponge for hours on end. And I stare at myself because I want to be as beautiful as Jeff. Yeah, I know you want to be, huh? Roommate, you're such a wannabe. Little pink sponge dabbing wannabe. That reminds me of this one time. I was hanging out at the mansion, and me being gorgeous as always, and then friggin' Ben comes over with a pink sponge. And I was like, Ben, why do you have a pink sponge? You know those are for water, right? And he was like, yeah, well, I don't care about you, Jeff. And then he started walking away. So I took his pink sponge and I threw it in the pool. He still talks shit about that. See? Pink sponge for hours, roommate. He never got that sponge back. It's still in the pool, actually. It's not pink anymore. Oh, look, not a sponge. I'm roommate and I... Oh. Oh, I get it. You act like a reversed me. Okay. Little Miss wannabe of reverse Jeff. Look like a raccoon. There was another time I fought a raccoon. I was walking down the sidewalk after I killed somebody, and I guess I had a chunk of something left on me because that raccoon kept following me, and I walked by a trash can, and it hid behind the trash cans and then looked at me. So I looked back at it and I was like, what do you want, huh? And then he was made some weird raccoon noise. So I pushed the trash can over at him, and then he jumped backwards, and I was like, yeah, loser. And then I was about to walk away when he just ran at me and jumped. So I punched him, and then he ran off. And I was like, yeah, I knew you couldn't handle this beauty. And that was that. Raccoons don't bother me anymore. Yet I feel like they're always staring at me. Pink sponge again? Roommate, you know what I told you, right? You know what happened to the last pink sponge? Pool. I'm gonna throw your sponge in the pool, roommate. Touch the face with the sponge too much. Oh, you got a pencil now? I mean, I guess that works. There's another time. Jack, I told him I could kick his ass at basketball because he's blind and all, right? And so we go out and I get this basketball and we're playing. I'm kicking his ass, obviously. And then friggin' he nailed me in the head with it. That didn't faze me at all, of course, obviously, because I'm Jeff the Killer, so why would that faze me? And then I got the ball back, and then I threw it in the bushes, and then he talked some mad trash, and I was like, I'll just go get the ball. But I couldn't find it. So I came back with a soccer ball, but it was kind of flat. And then I threw it directly into the hoop and I scored. And then he couldn't find it because it didn't bounce back up. It just hit the ground. And then he was just walking around trying to find the basketball, claiming I hit it, but it's just sitting below where the hoop was. And then I was laughing at him. And then Sally came by, said something about a bear and a tea party. And then Jack friggin' kicks the soccer ball. And it went flying past my head with the loudest whoosh you could imagine. And then it just thumped her flat in the face. Like her whole face was gone. It was just soccer ball. And she flipped backwards. Well, long story short, Slendy got me in trouble. And I was like, Jack, my basketball's gone now because of you. And he ignored me. Could you believe that? The nerve. Nobody can ignore me. I'm Jeff the Killer. You know, your brush reminds me. One time Sally was painting something. And her picture was kind of but my picture was like 1,000 times better. She wouldn't stop talking about how good she was getting at drawing, and she kept showing everybody, and she was like, look, I drew this. And I was like, pfft, I bet I can paint something better. And then I did. And Slendy yelled at me. Are you dusting your face now? Okay, yeah, sure. You know, one time the mansion was really dusty. I had to clean the whole thing myself. Hey! You know, I saw one of those little squishy thingies once. I killed somebody, and then when I was leaving, it was just sitting on the ground. And I guess that's what it's used for. You're supposed to just touch your face with it. I thought it was like a tiny pillow for hamsters or something. So I took it and I put it outside next to these bushes because I thought maybe a mouse would find it or something and be like, bed. I don't know what happened to that. But now I know it's not a mouse bed. I hope a mouse used it as a bed, though. I mean, yeah. You know, maybe Widemouth took it. I couldn't really tell you. That thing's so weird. He likes to be called Mr. Widemouth, though. Nevertheless, it's out there now. It's doing something somewhere. You know, some things at this house go down really, really weird. Like, there was one time that I was talking to Masky because he was saying something or other about Slender Man having to do something, and we're supposed to stay close and not be too crazy or something like that. And then Toby bursted through the door with Hoodie behind him holding a camera, and he had this big plate of waffles. I don't know where they came from or how he had them, but he started screaming about a new snack, and then he ran at me, slipped on something on the ground, throwing the waffles in the air, and then all of us, I don't know how, but all of us but Hoodie, were on the ground, just covered in waffles and syrup. And then he just sat up, said, "Trust me, they taste good," pulled down his mouth guard and just picked the one off my face and started eating it. Maybe he just wanted to consume my beauty. Anyway, I pushed him off me and I left. I don't even remember what Masky wanted exactly, just something or other. Crazy times. You pet yourself now? Oh no, we just play with brushes some more. You know, I think you should just paint your face. Like a painting, like that painting I made. Or do whatever you're doing with that, I guess. You know, there's another time when I was sitting in the living room and I was staring at the TV. I don't remember what was on because it was just doing a TV thing. And then Laughing Jack came into the room and he was just like covered in blood. And he said, "What's black and white and red all over?" And I said, "A newspaper." And then he just laughed really, really loud and walked away. I still have no idea what he meant. What's black and white and red all over? A newspaper. right? Whatever. That happened. Crazy, crazy times. You know, I moved out of there a long time ago. They come visit sometimes, but me and roommate, yes, you roommate, we've got some good times. Like, once, she freaking has so many cats, and I think a dog, but I'm not sure. It just kind of comes and goes. But the cats were sitting on me, and I was, like, covered by them. And then I was like, oh, sweet, cute, right? But no, they're freaking, do you know how much fur they shed? The last time I killed somebody, freaking, their cat fur just was on my victim. How does that even happen? Does it just... Jesus, Ben, I get you want attention, but, like, come on. I'm making fun of roommate. Message me later. You and your silly... Can't believe we resorted there. Anyway. What were we talking about? Killing people? Yeah, I like to do that. It's definitely enjoyable. All the blood and the screams. And, oh, roommate, you look pretty put together, I guess. Huh. Well, I guess we're done now. At least now I know what you do in the bathroom.